Now we move on. At the 2025 Labour Party conference in Liverpool, British Defence Minister John Healey has delivered a strong message to Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying that he will not win and urging the leader to start the talks and agree on peace. Healey has reaffirmed the UK's unwavering support for Ukraine, pledging to stand with the nation for as long as it takes. This statement comes amid ongoing conflict with Russian forces intensifying their bombardment of Ukrainian cities, leading to significant civilian casualties, despite calls from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and international leaders for peace negotiations. President Putin has continued to escalate its military actions, undermining prospects for dialogue. Let's listen into what the British Defence Minister has said.
Our message to Moscow from Liverpool today is this. President Putin, you will not win. Stop the killing, start the talks, agree a peace. We will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
Now for this discussion, we're joined by Gilbert Doctorow. He's an international relations and Russian affairs expert, joins us live from Brussels. Thank you very much, Gilbert, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, how effective or what does this show about Britain's continued support? And just now we saw their minister saying or messaging or sharing a message to President Putin. What did you make of this?
This statement was made, as you say, in Liverpool, where the Labour Party has its annual gathering. And Mr. Starmer, the Prime Minister, is under attack over his failure to implement the policies that brought him to power. Let us remember the numbers. Politics is about numbers. Mr. Starmer now has a second position. His party, the Labour Party, is second in popularity presently in the United Kingdom, whereas Mr. Farage and his Reform Party are in a majority position, that's to say, respective of the other parties. The situation is, I understand, something like 31% of the British public would vote for Mr. Farage, whereas about 1/3 less than that would vote for Mr. Starmer. And for the Labour Party, that is second position. For the Conservative Party, they're in the fourth position, which is to say that Mr. Farage now enjoys 4 times the popularity, if polls were held tomorrow, in the United Kingdom. And Mr. Farage's position is very, very different from Mr. Starmer's position with respect to Russia and the Ukraine war. He would like to end the war in a more graceful way, recognizing the realities on the ground, which is namely that Russia is winning the war, that Russia, as the winner, should take the spoils, and the Ukrainians will get what's left. That is the reality of wars. Mr. Starmer's defense secretary, defense minister, is speaking empty words.
And we also saw that President Trump said that, or U.S. said that they might send some aerial equipment or aerial help to Ukraine. So what is President Putin going to make of this? Will this still give a middleman position to U.S.?
Well, if Mr. Putin is well advised, and I'm not sure that he's well advised, he will understand that Mr. Trump is doing everything in his power to give him time to finish up the war. And that time is measured in weeks, not in years. He is saying to Mr. Putin, by taunting him a week ago over Russia being a paper tiger, he's saying to Mr. Putin, Vladimir, get it over with. Don't let this drag on. We would like to do real business with you, and we can do real business with you only when the war ends. So I don't think that Mr. Putin is very alarmed about the threats of sending Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, who could then use them as they wish, because Mr. Trump never will do that. First of all, the United States does not have Tomahawk missiles just to waste on Ukraine, which is a lost cause, nor would he want to invite a Russian attack on the United States for supplying those missiles, which makes the United States a co-belligerent. So all this is also empty talk. But unlike Mr. Starmer's defense minister, this is empty talk with a very serious purpose. The purpose is to end the war, not to continue the war. I'm speaking now of what Mr. Trump would like to do. But to end the war, let's be honest about it, on Mr. Putin's terms. So that is where it stands.
And Gilbert, Doctor, also some are criticizing or saying that maybe Trump is frustrated with Putin. Do you think that that is the case?
Well, I think he is frustrated, but not for the obvious reasons that the mainstream media would have us believe. He's frustrated because Mr. Putin is too cautious. He's too much a lawyer running a military, where it should be really a military-minded man running the military operation in Ukraine. In this regard, Mr. Putin's war of attrition is taking too long. The world does not stand still, the world moves on, and Mr. Trump would like to get this over with quickly, not at Mr. Putin's slow pace. The Russians really have to reconsider what they're doing, because the present mode of warfare, though it's been slightly accelerated, and though there is much more severe attack on Ukraine, as you mentioned at the start of this segment, let's be also cautious in what we say about it. Severe attack. Over on Sunday, the Russians launched about 500 drones against Kiev and a few other cities, maybe 40 missiles. And the results were, how horrible, 4 people were killed. If that is many civilians being killed, then we're not being serious about this war. Many civilians being killed is what Israel is doing in Gaza, killing 70,000 civilians, knowing very well whom they're killing. If 4 people were killed in Russia's major attack on Sunday in Ukraine, then it very likely was what's called collateral damage. If any of the drones were hit down by Ukrainian air defense and crashed into a building, killing somebody, that's what happened. Well, you can't have a full war and nobody dies.
And in the light of the recent talks between President Zelensky and Trump in the sidelines of UNGA, and also today's statements that we saw made by President Zelensky saying that the shift, there's a shift of tone by President Trump. What do you think that what do you think of that, and do you think that it is true that the Trump's tone has shifted, or it has become warm towards Ukraine in some way?
The tone has shifted, but it's completely deceptive. Mr. Trump is a master at deception and a double talk. When he is working in an area where he does not have congressional support from the American political establishment. His plans for Ukraine are not supported even by his own MAGA constituency. Therefore, when he deals with Ukraine, he talks double talk. And if Mr. Zelensky finds it convenient to believe that double talk and to disseminate it as if it were real, well, that's his business. But the reality is that he was telling Mr. Zelensky open lies, which Mr. Zelensky found convenient to tell other people, as if it were true.
With that, I would like to thank Gilbert Doctorow for joining us and sharing that insight all the way from